opinion about the status of researcher, we can understand the situation of researchers as library professionals. He also highlighted the role of library in providing research support services. Library serves as a facilitating center by providing resource services and expertise to researchers. Libraries acquire and create a diverse range of information resources, including books, journals, database, and digital content. By maintaining up-to-date and comprehensive collections, librarians ensure researchers have access to wide array of information. From yesterday's talk, we have learned that we can help researchers to conduct their work effectively and efficiently by visualization of their actual need or requirement. Now we move on to initiate the session by introduction of our speaker. It's my great pleasure to introduce our resource person, Dr. Babita Gaur, ma'am, librarian at Gargi College, University of Delhi. Dr. Babita Gaur, ma'am, is an experienced librarian with a remarkable track record in the field of library and information science. Dr. Gaur brings over 22 years of professional expertise gained through her work in various academic and autonomous institutions. Dr. Gaur's career includes serving as the Senior Library and Information Officer at Delhi Public Library, where she not only managed the library, but also took an additional responsibility as the Vigilance Officer, Deputy Director, Administration, Head of the Department, and Super Librarian. Her diverse experience has equipped her with a comprehensive understanding of library operations and administration. Recognized for her knowledge and expertise, Dr. Gaur has been invited to numerous workshops, seminars, and professional development programs as a subject expert, resource person, invited speaker, and coordinator. She has actively participated in and presented papers at various national and international conferences. Furthermore, he contributed stand to authoring chapter for books, source materials, and research papers. Doctor has held key roles in different national and international conferences, serving as co-chair, coordinator, and member of organizing and newsletter committees. She has also been a member of the editorial board of a peer-reviewed journal, for an interview board panelist as a subject expert and academic counselor for prominent educational institutions. Her exceptional contribution to the field of library and information science have been acknowledged through several prestigious awards. Dr. Gaur was honored with College Librarian of the Year Award 2019, and she has selected for the Global Librarians Award by APS Educational Award in 2022. Additionally, she has recognized as a superwoman for the year 2022. Dr. Gaur has also been involved in noteworthy projects. With her extensive experience, expertise, and passion for library science, Dr. Babita Gaur continue to make a significant impact in the field of library and information science. Now I would like to invite Dr. Babita Gaur to start their presentation. Ma'am, it's pleasure for women to achieve the Women Award.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Maya, for your wonderful explanation about me. And I'm also thank you to Bharat Digital Academy for giving me this opportunity. So permit me to share my screen.
Yes, ma'am, you are permitted.
Yeah. Okay, so I would be talking about library spaces and services. to support research. Why it is important to have libraries, especially having the spaces when we talk about spaces and services, because users are very, very important for us. If users are not there, it means that it will be a futile exercise for us to be in the library. So that is why what are the spaces that we can create and the services that we can provide to the users so that they can happily use it for the research purpose. So reading a document is like an interactive. When you don't interact, you don't learn. So when we read a document, it means that you are putting your heart and soul and you're learning so many things from the document itself. So this is what we need to tell our users when they visit the library, that you are interacting, though human being is not there, but still you are interacting. When we are talking about chat GPT and other, AI tools, humans are not there. So we are not able to interact with them. We are not able to share the feelings. When we say that books are our friends, it is because when we interact with the books, that is why the interaction is very, very important. Then enter into the world of wisdom. When we get the wisdom, it's because of the documents that we have in a library, and the documents are because it is written by the eminent personalities in the field. That is why it is written, published with the ISBN number, with the ISSN number, and the document is in the library. And then we have a space to learn, interact, share our feelings. And for that, we need a proper environment to be with the books, to be with the documents. Then screen is for entertainment. When we say that screen is there, screen is basically for entertainment. When we see our mobiles and laptops, generally it was meant for entertainment only. When we go to cinema hall, there also we get the entertainment. So screen for me is a source of entertainment. But when we talk about the books, the documents in the library, it means that it gives peace of mind, it gives lots of wisdom and knowledge. When we say that why do we go to temple, it's because we get the aura, we got the aura, we got the surroundings, that it is a place where we can sit silently, calmly, and pray to the god, because we get the environment. Same way we cannot say a room as a house with people. So library with the documents, either online documents, offline documents in the e-form or the physical form. Same way when we go to cinema, again, we get a big screen. Otherwise, we could have seen movies at home. But why do we go to cinema? Because it gives us a feeling that we are in the cinema hall. Same way, space is very important. So library plays a crucial role in supporting research by providing various spaces and services to researchers. Here are some common library spaces and services that support research. So here you can see through the picture itself that clean, neat and clean space is there, and the books are arranged properly on the shelves with the scheme of classification. So when we provide this kind of space to our readers, it means that we are welcoming our reader with a neat and clean space where the books are properly arranged in a systematic way according to the scheme of classification, maybe CCD, DC, or UDC. Then there are 7 broad types of library space. First is the collection space, where we keep the collection according to the needs of our user, depending on their interest as well. This we can create a space. Then public electronic workstation space, where the users who are not want to use the physical form of the books, they can use it in the electronic form. Then user seating space is very, very important, because when you are sitting comfortably, then only you would be able to provide your full attention to reading. So seating space is again a very important aspect when we talk about the library of creating space. Then staff workspace, we are there because of the users and of course because of the staff. Because the staff is not comfortable, how can we expect the work? It is in the because we as a librarian are the leaders, and we have to lead our team with the support of the staff that are available in the library. So keeping their interest, their demands, also we have to keep in our mind that to provide a proper sitting space, a comfortable space for the staff as well. Then meeting space, because when we meet, we interact. We discuss about our research. You have seen that, there are a lot many places available in the libraries where we can create a space for meeting the like-minded people, say about sociology, say about commerce, say about psychology. So they can sit together and then meet, they can interact about their research work, what they are doing, and which kind of books they can use. So they can talk, discuss, and create a workable place in the library. Then special use space, if somebody is not comfortable, maybe a person with disabilities, so we can create a special space for them. You can think that how many spaces will create in a library with a limited space, but still we need to have the creativity, that is very important. छोटे में भी हमें बनाना है अच्छा, मतलब जो हमें प्राप्त है उससे हमें बनाना है पर्याप्त. तो प्राप्त जो है उस चीज को पर्याप्त कैसे बनाए, दैट इज द क्रिएटिविटी दैट लाइब्रेरी शुड हैव. Then non-assignable space, including mechanical space, where the all the mechanical work of our library, technical work of our library, we can do. Then we have dedicated research rooms. Libraries may have dedicated research rooms or areas equipped with specialized resources and facilities to support in-depth research. People need that, they want a separate space, maybe a corner for 2-3 people, because if 2-3 people again will come and sit together and want to do their research work, they can do. So we can dedicate a research room as well. Either we are planning for a new building or planning for a new library, or maybe some extension places we can provide. So these rooms often provide quiet and focused environments for researchers to work, and may have additional amenities like lockers, reference material, or specialized equipment. We in our library, we have provided lockers to our faculty members. So that whenever they use books, they can keep those books in the locker, and whenever they next visit, they don't have to search for the books. They just take out the books from the lockers, and you use those books for writing their research work. Then we have the data visualizing spaces. So some libraries may have dedicated spaces for data visualization, equipped with large screens or interactive displays. These spaces allow researchers to explore and present complex data sets visually, enhancing their understanding and communication of research findings. So these places, if we provide, it of course will give the good results. Then maker spaces. Am I audible? The voice is clear? Okay. So maker spaces, libraries increasingly incorporate maker spaces, which provide access to tools and equipments for hands-on creation and experimentation. These spaces may offer 3D printers, laser cutters, electronics, and other tools that researchers can use for photocopying, phototyping, data visualization, or other innovative research applications. We have created a space in our library as cyber library, and apart from that, a space for the faculty members so that they can sit, interact, and even use different tools which are available in the library, or from their personal side they can use and interact and give the fruitful, like in NEP 2020 it is written to give more emphasis on research, more emphasis on culture, more emphasis on reading. Why? Because when we want to grow our country, we need to have good research. And we have seen that lot many research have been done in India, but when we talk about the quality research, it is lacking. It's because papers तो बहुत लिखे हैं, बहुत लोग लिखते हैं, but what about the quality? So quality matters. We have libraries around, so many libraries are there, but where is the quality? The quality matters. The users matters. So number of users, those who are visiting to your library, they, through their feedback, they'll give you like whether they are satisfied with the library resources, with the library's timings, with the library's facilities or not. Then apart from that, we have the archives and special collection rooms we can have. Like we have also created rare book collection where, very old books and the books which are not available in the market, which are out of print, those books we have kept as a rare collection of books. So libraries often have dedicated room or areas. Since we do not have a proper room for this, but we have created an area where we have kept the rare books collection for teachers and the researchers use. So in these areas or spaces, we can have it archival material in special collections. So these spaces are designed to preserve and provide controlled access to rare books, manuscripts, historical documents, photographs, maps, and other unique resources that support specialized research. Like suppose physics teachers, physics faculty members, they want to want to create want to write a research paper. So sometimes it happens that they go for the book which is very old, because when we did the stock verification and when we were checking the books, we wanted to weed them out. But since the faculty emphasizes that these books have the photographs, the quality which the new books doesn't have, so we have kept that in the rare collection because it was a very old book. So, keeping in mind the users' need and demand and their love for the library, it shows that, we through this, we can keep the collection of their desired material separately in a rare collection. Then apart from that, we can also have the research assistance services, very important because NEP emphasizes on research, good research. So libraries offer special research assistance services provided through the library supports staff and the librarian herself or himself and subject specialists. Researchers can seek guidance on literature searches, database selection and usage, citation management. So whenever we can create a workshop, we can organize a workshop for the faculty members and for the PG students, postgraduate students, how they can use the citation tools, what are the paraphrasing tools, and what are the plagiarism tools. So these kinds of workshops are very, very important. So, libraries can provide the research assistance services through these and other related inquiries as well. Whenever they inquire about something, because user is asking you, believing that the librarian is going to help them out. So keeping their, belief in mind, it is very important that we devote whatever time we can to solve their queries for the faculty members and the users, because users are ultimately the important aspect in our library. Our existence is because of the user. If user will not come, it means the library is not there. So our existence exists because of the readers only. So librarians can help researchers navigate complex information landscapes and identify relevant resources. It's very important because, in the cyber age, when everything is available on the social media, YouTube is there, Facebook is there, and everybody just want to keep loading the information, putting the inputs on the WhatsApp group and social media. But we as a librarian knows what to share, when to share, and whom to share. As Dr. Ranganathan has rightly said, that right kind of books to the right reader at the right time. So now it is the time for the right kind of information, right kind of documents to the right reader at the right time. So it is very important for us. Then we have physical virtual space. So a safe, inclusive, and welcoming environment is the foundation of any good learning. When the cameras are there in the library, when the staff is uh, uh, very mature in communication and welcoming, it means that user would love to come. So we often find these aspects of a good learning environment in a physical space, but when they are combined with potential of a cross-curricular virtual space, it creates a seamless learning commons that can be accessed 24 into 7, like putting the Wi-Fi system in the library. Like we have given the Wi-Fi space and user ID and password to the learners. So whenever they visit the library and if they wish to have the physical usage of the book along with what internet is offering, and that too with the usage of academic e-resources, we have emphasized users to use internet, but only for the academic purposes that we have written on the boards as well to use, because we cannot ignore internet. Everybody is using nowadays. So we cannot ignore, but we have to keep handshake with the e-resources, with the whatever is available, but right kind to the right person. So in other words, the ideal library is one without walls and combines the components of collaboration, comfort, and community. So when we provide the e-resources along with the physical resources that we have in a proper way, means the authentic way, it will surely help our researchers. Then apart from that, we can have the interlibrary loan and document delivery when a required resource is not available, because it's true that nobody can provide the sufficient material in the form of e or offline material. So interlibrary loan again is very important. So whether it's available within the library premises, or maybe the sister libraries, or maybe the other libraries of India. So we can have the interlibrary loan service, enable researchers to request material from other libraries. So libraries facilitates the borrowing or acquisition of the requested resources, ensuring researchers have access to a broader range of material. Because when we say wider range of material, means a lot many books, lot many documents are available online and offline and as well. So we need to tell them which is available in the open access. Otherwise faculty, they complain that it is not, they are not able to download the full text. It is not available. So we need to, guide them that which is there in the open access and which is not there in the open access platform available. Then we can also organize research workshop and training. So libraries can organize workshops, seminars, and training sessions to enhance researchers' skills and knowledge. These sessions may cover topics such as literature review. So what is review? What is book review? People, PG, UG students, they do not know, many of them, they do not know. So we need to tell what is actually a book review, what is actually how to review the literature, how to read, the different materials that are available. Research methodologies, what are research methodologies, data analysis techniques, copyright and intellectual property rights, and research ethics. Because nowadays, you all have heard about the plagiarism. So why people are suffering? Because, they do not know how to write, whether if they are copying. So what are the different ways? They don't have to copy, actually, they have to read it and read it again to find out the gist of it, and then to have to write in their own words with giving proper acknowledgement to the author. So, unknowingly they do plagiarism. So again, being the librarian, we need to tell them, aware them that what are the different ways how you can avoid plagiarism, and what are the different plagiarism tools that are available for checking. As UGC, what are the UGC guidelines says about, for the plagiarism and research ethics. So we need to tell them in the library, creating a space again for, interactive session and for workshops. What are the research ethics, what is available in the UGC website, and what are the, journals available. So everything we need to create awareness of. Then scholarly communication services. Libraries offer support for scholarly communication, including guidance on publishing in academic journals, open access publishing, copyright compliance, and intellectual property rights. They may also assist with research impact metrics, increasing visibility of researchers' work. प्रॉब्लम ये आती है कि लोग कहते हैं कि हमें हमारी रिसर्च विजिबिलिटी नहीं है. They do right, but they do not know how to promote themselves. Because when whatever good if you're doing, you should promote. It's not just to boast oneself, but it's to create awareness कि आप अच्छा कर रहे हैं, तो why not people know about it? If you have written good articles, why not to show? So what are the different platforms where we can guide our faculty members for enhancing their research visibility? So that is also very, very important. Because now it is for the NAC also, they want to know that how many of your faculty members, participated in writing, and what is the score of the materials, how many books they have written, how many books they have published. So same way, when we tell them, how to increase their research visibility, it will be possible. Then we have the research collection. So libraries house extensive collection of books, journals, periodicals, and other scholarly resources relevant to different disciplines. So these collections are often organized and cataloged to facilitate every access for researchers. Uh, Believe me, in the starting, when we had the orientation, the students who are coming after 12 in our college, like for UG and PG, so they were not aware, what kind of collection is there, how to use it. So we literally have to tell them, these are the journals, these are the periodicals, what is the periodicity of this, and how they can use different resources that are available in the library for making their project. Because when the teachers give them the project, they are not aware where to go. So me and my staff used to tell them, where to go to find out through the OPAC and web of OPAC, that the facilities that we have in our library. Then when we talk about books, what are the different resources that we have for the research? So books, libraries maintain extensive collection of books covering various disciplines, like we have humanities, commerce, and science. So what are the different collection that we have related to these areas? So these collection include academic textbooks, reference books, scholarly publications. So books are typically organized by subject using classification system. Everybody knows it, and we are using the systems in our library, maybe DDC or Library of Congress classification or CC. And then other resource that we have is the journal and periodical. So libraries subscribe to a wide range of scholarly journals and periodicals. So these publications contain latest research findings that we need to tell them that, if you want to write something, you need to consult the journals, and not from the magazine or newspaper that you can write, but through the journal, because it's already been written by the scholarly people. So libraries may provide both print and electronic access to these resources, with recent issues displayed on open shelves and older issues archived or accessible through database. जैसे हम लोग घर को सजाते हैं एक जगह पर तरीके से रखना सामान, तो हमें क्या लगता है, अच्छा लगता है, वी फील लाइक दैट बी एट होम. तो यही चीज में वी फील लाइक दैट ये जो मेहमान हमारे पास आ रहे हैं जो रीडर्स मेहमान बन के हमारे पास आए, वो खुश होके जाएं. तो प्रॉपर अच्छे से उसको अरेंज करना, कीपिंग ऑन द शेल्फ. If it is very old issues of the journals, we have to keep it, backside of it, in the front, the latest information that is available to a library. Then after that, we have the thesis and dissertations. So many libraries preserve and make available theses and dissertations completed by students at their affiliated universities. These works showcase original research conducted by graduate students and can be valuable resources for researchers interested in exploring specific topic or methodologies. Same way, you can also ask your the head of the departments of different disciplines that the good projects can be kept in the library, just to showcase that the students are working on it. And when the next students of their friend circle, they'll visit to the library, they'll see that this has been given by this department. Then we have the reference material. So library house reference collection that includes dictionaries, encyclopedias, atlas, handbooks, and other materials that provide quick access to factual information or background knowledge on various subjects. So reference materials are often available in the library use and can be a valuable starting point for researchers. This information needs to be shared among all the user of the library. Then specialized collection. Some libraries have specialized collection that focus on specific areas of research, such as rare book collection, maps, archives, or multimedia resources. So these collection may contain unique or valuable material that are not easily accessible otherwise, making them valuable for researchers in specific interests. So rare collection का जब अलग से कोना होगा, तो that would also give encouragement to the user that what kind of books have been kept in the rare collection and why it is kept in the rare collection. What is so special to keep those books in the rare collection? Then apart from that, what we can have in our space as a library, digital collection. With the digital revolution, many libraries now offer extensive digital collections. These collections include e-books, e-journals, digitized manuscripts, photographs, archival documents, and other digital resources. Researchers can access these materials remotely, expanding their access to valuable research content. Like we can provide what National Archives of India is providing to them, to the researchers. So when we create this kind of information to the faculty members, to the readers, they of course will want to find out and will use their time instead of just looking at the internet and wasting their time throughout the day. So we need to tell them what to access and what not to access. So when we give them the interesting facts about what NDLI is offering and what National Digital Library of India is offering, what National Archives of India is offering, they'll surely go to the website and utilize their time. Then we can also have the subject-specific resources. So libraries often curate subject-specific collection tailored of the need of researchers in particular disciplines. These collection may include materials specific to subject field as medicine, law, engineering, social sciences, humanities, and more. Like we have learned about the SDI service, selective dissemination of information. So giving a personal touch, I'm using the word here, personal touch, because when we interact with the reader, we need to know their likings and dislikings in a way of what are the fields that they are more interested to do research. So we accordingly, we can provide them the, material so that they can write their research work. Then here you can see that reading rooms, a clean, neat, clean, welcoming reading room is very important. So libraries typically provide dedicated reading rooms where researchers can study and access materials from the library's collection. So these spaces are designed to be quiet and conducive to focused research. So we can keep our reading rooms neat and clean and proper seating arrangement, again, are very important so that they can utilize their precious time to have the quality material that library has. So apart from the material that we have, quality material, we also need to provide quality seating arrangement to them so that they can at least sit there for hours, just not for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, ki ab to bhagna hai, not like this. They'll feel ki ab aaye hain, to we'll spend lot much of our time in the library. Then here you can see study carrels. So many libraries offer individual study carrels or cubicles for researchers who require a more private and scheduled space for their work so that they can, hide themselves, but with the books, hiding from others, but being with the book and, with the proper chairs and electric outlets for laptops and other devices. So we can have a switches here so that they can charge their laptops and their mobile phones. क्योंकि उनको हमें उठ के जाने नहीं देना है. We want them to be there. वो बैठ के पढ़ें. So that is why just providing a space to making them very, very comfortable. So this way we can provide, we can use our imagination, we can talk to our authorities to give us, money for this so that we can provide a better space for the readers, because ultimately readers are important for us. Then we can also have group study rooms. Libraries may have group study rooms that can be reserved by researchers working collaboratively on projects. So, colleges, institutions get grant from the UGC and other institutions. So when we get a grant, we also need, to properly utilize those grants for the projects. So if we provide them a group study room, that would ultimately give benefit to the institution. So if our readers are getting benefit of higher degrees or getting good jobs, like the alumni, it means that, somehow they have been connected with the library. When they read, then they grow. So this we need to keep in mind, because otherwise what we say that libraries are not profit making organizations, but indirectly we are giving profit to the institutions, because we are giving benefits to the readers, and readers ultimately getting good jobs, or they are creating good jobs. So these rooms, when we say about for the projects, these rooms are equipped with tables, chairs, whiteboards, and sometimes multimedia facilities to support group discussions and presentations. So when we say to prepare a PPT or something for their research work, for their project work, because teachers give them work to do. So when we have these facilities, readers would love to come to the library, with the facilities are there. Then lot many things we can do. I mean, as a librarian, we can do so much. Then we can also have a space for the researchers as a computer lab. So libraries often provide computer labs with internet access, because if internet is not there, say that it's not available, so why we should sit? So providing them internet access, but only for the academic purpose, that we need to reiterate again and again, and providing a range of software programs relevant to research needs. So these labs may offer both PCs and Macs, along with printers and scanners for document and image processing. We can charge according to it varies from institution to institution. They can charge a nominal fee, but if they provide these kinds of facilities to the readers, they will become a good researchers, because when they get a comfortable zone to sit with lot of materials around it, and lot of facilities, they would definitely sit for a longer time. And when they'll sit for a longer time, they'll get a lot of concentration, and the results would be good. Then we can provide research assistance. So libraries have librarians and research specialists who can provide assistance to researchers in locating relevant information, relevant resources, navigating databases, and formulating effective research strategies. They can offer personalized guidance in person via mail or online chat service. So now it's very easy for us to communicate because of mails and WhatsApp. So whenever we get information related to something new has come to the market, related to the databases or related to some software, we keep on sharing these kinds of information to our researchers, to our faculty members, to our students. It means that we are aware of something, and that is why we are disseminating the information. So that is again a very important aspect. Then interlibrary loan. If a library does not have a particular resource, they can often borrow it from another library through interdisciplinary loan service. So this enables researchers to access material that are not available in their local library, but sharing and caring, this thing we have to keep in our mind, sharing and caring. So this, when we share something, it means that we are caring not only for the reader, but also for the other library also, because maybe their resource is not being used. But when we are using that, because we have seen that कुछ किताबें होती हैं जिनको उपयोग में नहीं लाया जाता, अब देखते हैं कि इट्स नॉट बीन यूज फॉर लॉन्ग टाइम, बट हो सकता है हमारे यहाँ नहीं यूज है, मे बी somebody else would like to use it. So we can share our resources like this. We can share in other libraries that this something new has come to us, right? Then we can also have data and statistical support. So many libraries provide resources and support to data intensive research. This may include access to data repositories, statistical software, data analysis collaboration, consultations, and workshops on data management and visualization. In today's scenario, lot many things, lot many upgradations, lot many new things have come. So when we are aware of, how we can migrate the data, and like if you're using a library management software, and if you're migrating to something, so we should know how to, what are the things that are required in a library, if whether we have taken the AMC or not, but we ourselves should be abreast with the changes, and how to use the technology for data migration. So that is again a very important aspect. Now, another important aspect about the citation management tools. So libraries often offer training and support for citation management tools such as EndNote, Zotero, or Mendeley. So when they write a research paper, our researchers or faculty members write a research paper, when we organize a workshop on these citation management tools, or if we create an awareness session for them ourselves, that will be a very helping that would be a very helping uh, uh, what we can say help from our side, like we have organized. So these tools help researchers organize their references, create bibliographies, and streamline the citation process. Whether the AP is there, whether the other style is there. So when we organize these kinds of workshops, they come to know when they write a research paper, because articles are rejected if we are not properly citing, if we are not properly going according to the publishers need, that in this way you need to write your research paper. So whatever the material is good, fine, content is good, but if it is not according to the way they accept, so if it is not according to the way the publisher accept, they'll straightforward reject it. And people are not aware. They say that they have written a very good article, but then why it has been rejected? It's because they either are not using the proper citation styles, they are not using the proper font size or line space, and I mean so many other things which they usually the publisher usually circulate when they want a research paper. So this thing also we need to tell them, that it is not your fault that if the publisher has rejected it, but maybe because you're not following the correct style, so that is why they have rejected your piece of article. This is just some, I have taken some pictures of what we do, what we as a librarian can do. So I've just taken few pictures. So we can organize workshops and training, can organize session on various research related topics such as literature review techniques, scholarly publication, copyright and fair use, and research data management. So these sessions aim to enhance researcher skill and knowledge. So when we create, through these pictures, you can see that this is the picture of our college only. So we have, asked our faculty members to bring whatever they have written, uh, and we want to show it to the students. So all the faculty members brought whatever they published, whether even in the newspaper, if they got some article published, we invited them. And we invited the faculty members who have done some research, or those who have written some research papers. So if we invited them, here you can see, and even the principal, former principal, is also there. So she also wrote some articles, and she also brought her research work. So we displayed them, and and then that we invited students also to interact with the faculty members, like what motivated them to write. So in this way, we made a connection between the students, between the teachers, between the researchers, and between the staff as well, because staff also notices, what kind of activities that we are holding in our library. So they indirectly, they also get motivated कि अच्छे से काम करना है और अच्छे से बनाना है, right? So this way we can create a space for our readers and for our user. Then this is another activity when we talk about the creating space and for the research. So here these all researchers are sitting, future researchers. So when we have these kinds of activities for interactive session, like making one of the student itself as a monitor of this, like we have seen in the schools. So the same strategies we adopted here in the colleges as well, to ask certain questions related to GK, maybe of their interest, whatever is going on, maybe on NEP 2020, what it says. So these kinds of activities we keep on organizing to bringing back readers to the library. So creating again a space for their interaction and for sharing their views. and making them knowledgeable, as well as, I mean, we don't want to make it as a boring space, library as a boring place, but we want to make it a very entertaining in a positive manner, in a positive way. You know, people go to watch movie in the cinema hall. So we say that no, don't go to cinema hall, but come here and see, what we are offering. So they enjoy, they learn so many things. Then librarian herself reaches to the classrooms. Again, when they are unable to come, maybe of any reason, we also reach to them. Interactive, even listening to their problems, even for giving them career guidance. What you can do. Uh, Students ask, why you have become a librarian. I said, why not become a librarian? What are the careers when you hold a book in your hand? So that was a question. Like, एक किताब को हाथ में लेने से क्या होगा? Suppose if you are having a book, this book in your hand, so what kind of career it makes? So it gives readers to think, what can a book, how can it be a career? So we say that you can be an illustrator, because the first page is of the illustrations. So you can be an illustrator, you can be a binder, if the book has to be binded, so you can earn a lot of money. You can be a writer also earn a lot of money. And you can be a publisher. Publishers also earn a lot of money. So it's not like, you cannot earn. You can be a binder, you can be an illustrator, you can be a printer, you can be a publisher. So n number of jobs you can have when you have a book in your hand. So that, gives creativity in their thinking. Yes, we can do. We can. I mean, it's not just we say about that you can be just the engineer or, doctor. There are so many careers even related to book. And librarian's career, again, we emphasize, we create awareness that if you read, maybe you have taken science or commerce or humanities, still you can become a librarian as well. So you can also learn a lot many things, and you can be a teacher of teachers, because we teach teachers how to use citation tools. We teach teachers how to write a research paper. We teach teachers, like, how you can avoid plagiarism. So we can do a lot of things. So this is how we reach to the classrooms, and again give guidance to them. So creating space not only limited to the library, but creating apart from spaces related to the complete institution. So पूरे institution पे कब्जा किया हुआ है. And then, we can have, reference day, we can have book discussion, we can have literary week, we have career orientation, we can have literary competitions and book exhibitions. So these are the few pictures that I have taken just to show that, it looks very simple, कि इसमें क्या होगा, creating space for libraries. It looks very simple कि space create करना, इसमें क्या FDP में क्या सीखेंगे, but मुझे लगता है कि this is the very very important aspect. बाकी चीजें तो आप कर ही लेंगे, but when you come to the library, then only you will have the feeling to read books, read the document, because हमारे documents तो तब तक बेकार हैं अगर उनको कोई पढ़ने वाला नहीं है. तो पढ़ने वाले के लिए तो हमें books चाहिए, हमें reading material चाहिए. So we need our readers to use the material that we have in our library. Then this is again, the functions we can organize, creating space from the outside, from the starting. Inauguration of many things where the principal, she is a current principal, who can visit along with the other faculty members, very senior faculty members. So we can organize, these kind of activities to creating space for researchers, because here you can see the students are there. When the students are there, they're seeing, the faculty members are enjoying what the library is doing. So they are also getting attracted to it. They are also getting motivated to it, that this is something, very interesting. So we should go to the library. We should use the resources that we have. So here you can see here the chairperson of the institution is there, where we welcomed him, because we want to connect everyone. Everyone means teaching, non-teaching students, and people from outside the institution as well, to connect them, that library exists in a wonderful way. So here you can see teaching again, remote access and online resources. This we can teach to our faculty members. So libraries increasingly provide remote access to their digital collections, allowing researchers to access ebooks, journals, databases, and other online resources from anywhere, anytime. This is particularly useful for researchers who cannot physically visit the library. So here we have provided them access to online resources by creating the workshop for the faculty members, where we invited other faculty members from different organizations. Now, for a few examples of the online resources: Consortium for Educational Communication, CEC. So we can give information about this. We can share through the WhatsApp, through the mail, or other social media. So what it does, so it is an inter-university center that provides access to educational videos, e-content, lectures, and other multimedia resources. Researchers can access these resources through the CEC website. So if we, I'm just trying if it can be access to it. Just let me know if it is visible to you or not. Is the screen visible?
No,
It's not visible.
no slides.
Okay, so maybe it's
I
not
think
good.
link is not active.
Okay, doesn't matter. So this is the address of the website. So when we tell our researchers, tell our students that they can visit to this, so bringing, connecting them with what library is having. And then we have another area as the Shodh Ganga. So Shodh Ganga is a digital repository of Indian electronic thesis and dissertation. We can encourage our readers to use this for their future use, like for UG students, for their future use. So it provides open access to researchers' thesis, research thesis from universities across India. The researchers can explore these theses and dissertation at shodhganga.inclibnet.ac.in. So we can provide, these URLs to them, that if they are using their mobile and laptops, why not to use to explore these resources which are available, instead of just wasting their time throughout the day. Even to our children, we can tell, if you want to succeed in life, you need to go to the things which are going to give benefit to you. So utilize your time. So go to these resources to find the information. Then we have the National Digital Mathematics Library, NDML. We can tell our math teachers about this, that they can use. So it is a digital repository of mathematical literature and resources. And this NDLML provides access to ebooks, research articles, lecture videos, lecture notes, and other mathematical materials. So we are connecting with the teachers through these, because we are sharing their area of reading and writing, and we are also connecting with our readers. So researchers can access these resources through NDML website at library.cmi.ac.in. And then we have Indian Academy of Sciences publications. The IAS publishes a range of scientific journals, including the Journal of Biosciences, Journal of Astrophysics and Astronomy, and Proceedings. So we can tell our faculty of science that, by sharing this information, that they can further share with the students. So we are, in this way, we are connecting with the science teachers, with the science faculty, with the science students who can use these resources which are available. Then we can have, ask them, we can also encourage them to use University Grant Commission, because, the information keep on changing. What are there in the care list will change. Everybody knows it will change. So we need to keep an awareness that, this time the UGC care list has these journals. We can share whenever the updated information comes to the library, comes to us. So we have to keep ourselves updated with what UGC is offering. So UGC Internet Digital Library Consortium, we can inform our readers. So it's a consortium of Indian universities and colleges that provides access to a wide range of e-resources, including e-books, e-journals, databases, and other scholarly materials. Researchers can access these resources through their respective institutions' library website as participation may vary. So you can also create, I mean, those who have joined today, they can also, use these websites, these URLs in their website to make users aware of, so that they can easily go to these websites to find out the information instead of, searching it for themselves. So it will navigate them to the correct website, because nowadays lot many websites, if you do not know the correct address of the website, it may navigate to you somewhere else. That is why the frauds are having, because they are not writing properly the proper URL of the website. So we can provide the academic resources in our institution's website. Then we have EPG Pathshala, is an initiative by the Ministry of Education, Government of India, to provide e-content for postgraduate courses in various disciplines. And we also have the PG Pathshala, and we have e-Pathshala, that is for the school children. We can have e-Pathshala for school children and teachers. We can have the PG Pathshala and e-PG Pathshala. Then to provide e-content for postgraduate courses in various disciplines, it offers access to e-books, e-lectures, videos, and other educational resources. So researchers can access these resources at epgp.inflibnet.ac.in. So why? Because, when they are preparing for their project, if the reader is coming to your library and preparing a project, so you can guide them that they can also have, the resources which EPG Pathshala is offering to make their research more, their project more authentic and interesting, and giving reference to the sources that they have used. Then we have National Digital Library of India. So what it does, we want some archival and special collection, we can use these. So it's a digital repository that provide access to a vast collection of books, ebooks, journals, articles. Here you can see that, every website is providing so much of material. But the only problem is that users are not aware of it. They do not know where to go and what to find out. When so much of information is there, they are usually, become confused. And that is why they just want to go to the WhatsApp and the, Facebook to find out, kya hai, kya chal raha hai. But when we tell them ki these are the websites you can explore every day, one day, one website, another day, another website. So they'll find out what they actually need for their, writing. So they'll get the right source maybe after 5 or 6 days when they explore. So we actually are not the expert of everything, but we can tell them, we can navigate them where to go. What are the resources that are available? Because what Ranganathan ji said, that right kind of information to the right reader to the right at the right time. So we can provide them, we can navigate them, we can encourage them, we can motivate them. This we can do. Then after that, here you can see archives and special collection. So those who are, working on the research and want to find out, different materials in the archival section that they have. So libraries often maintain archives and special collections that house rare books, manuscripts, historical documents, maps. So we can guide them that if you want to have access, like I was just giving an example, somebody in my institution, they wanted to have a 20 years old newspaper, because some advertisement was there and they were not able to find out because of their promotion. So they came to me, from where they can get it. Do we have in our library? I said, no, we don't have, because we don't have space to keep 20-year-old newspaper in our library. But they wanted the original piece of that because of their promotion. I mean, some issue was there. So they wanted this kind of information. Then, 2, 3 faculty members, they came and they requested me, from where they can get it. So I guided them that you can get it from, I gave the telephone numbers to them. So within a week, they were able to get it, though they were saying that it is such a Herculean task for them to find out the information, because that was related to their career. So they were very thankful that, we could provide. Though I also have to find out, that where that exactly, because they were clueless about the date. They were clueless about the exact newspaper. They just send randomly that, maybe within this month or maybe this within this period, but this information they require. So even I have to make so many phone calls. I have to dig out the information, but finally they got it and they were very happy. So this is the happiness, when the reader get it, also makes us happy. Then continuous learning and professional development. So libraries offer opportunities for continuous learning and professional development through workshops, webinars, or training sessions. So these programs keep researchers informed about the emerging research methodologies, technological development, advancement, and new resources in the field. So when we are aware, then only we can create awareness. When we know, then only we can tell what is what and where. So we ourselves have to keep aware of the new technologies, like because of the FDPs, faculty development programs, workshops, seminars. These are actually the ways how you can be connected with the development. You can say why these are happening. It is because to enhance on on the knowledge that you have. अब कहते हैं कि मतलब everybody has the knowledge, but उस पर धूल जमी रहती है. So we need to clean it. सबको पता है कि ये चीज यूज करनी है, ये चीज नहीं यूज करनी, but they are still unaware. So these FDPs, these webinars, seminars help them to awaken. So we need to awaken ourselves of whatever we have and how to use it. And when we have those things we are aware of it, different programs that are happening, different technologies that are coming, different softwares that are available, then only we would be able to tell our researchers, lot many paraphrasing tools are available, right? A lot many plagiarism tools are available. So when we practice, when we know, how it works, which are on the open source, which are subscription based, then only we can tell our researchers to use it. And when we share this information, they'll come to know, yes, our librarian knows about it, right? Okay, don't think that, if they are from the sciences, they know everything. No, even then they are not aware of. You have seen that, because when they write something, when they write a research paper, either they are stuck maybe in writing, maybe in giving proper citations, or maybe following a proper citation style, or maybe in some other way, how to find out which resources they have to go to. So academically, which are relevant, important e-resources, we need to tell them. And we have also done, we have created in the website completely providing resources to science, resources to humanities, and resources to commerce, so that they can directly go to those resources to write their research work. Then encouraging researchers to make their work visible. मेहनत सब करते हैं लेकिन पता नहीं चलता, तो मेहनत करने के बाद पता कैसे चले? So we need to tell our faculty members, because NAC के अंदर भी they want the grading की how many research papers been published, and so research visibility. So academic social networks we need to create awareness of, like platforms like ResearchGate, and even to our undergraduates we can tell from now onwards, because ultimately they are going to do post graduation, they'll go for the PhD, they'll also going to write the research papers. So we can provide space, maybe in your room you can have a lecture, maybe where in the reading room you can create a awareness session among your students, among your faculty members. So informing them about the platform like ResearchGate and academia.edu allow researchers to create profiles, so we can encourage them to create their profile. And in UGC also, it is mentioned that Vidwan ka, everybody should make a profile in the Vidwan. So unless we tell, I mean, through the libraries, if we tell, it gives more, encouragement for them to create a profile. So they can share their research papers and content with peers. So the maximum number of users, when they share their research papers, ultimately their research papers would be cited. So when it would be cited, the more numbers they'll get. So their H index would be high. So these networks enable researchers to discover and access each other's work, fostering collaboration and visibility within the academic community. So any institution where the researchers are more active in providing their research visibility to others, it means that more marks, more importance to the institution. And then we have the institution repositories. So many universities and research institutions have their own institutional repositories where researchers can deposit and share their research output. You can also create a research corner in your website. Like we have created a research corner in our website where whoever publishes their work, after publication they share it with us, and we keep it for the usage of other faculty members and the students. So because students also visit the website, user also visit the website. So when they see that particular faculty member has written paper, so that they will also get the encouragement, indirect encouragement, that they also should write and get their research paper published. So ultimately, who is going to benefit? Indirect, it's libraries and the institution, because when they write, they will definitely come to the library. So these repositories are often open access and provide long-term preservation of research work. Examples include Harvard Dash. So this is the dash.harvard.edu, and MIT DSpace. So dspace.mit.edu. So you can explore, and sometimes, users may complain that this website is not opening. Maybe because of the technical problem. So sometimes they say ki this is not giving the full text. So maybe it's the MOU may not have been signed. Maybe no, it's not in the open access. Maybe the rights have not been given for that particular book. So you need to explain them if it is not opening. There could be technical issue, or maybe the rights have not been given to the institution for this. Then we can have the researcher identification platform. So researcher identification platforms like ORCID. So ORCID.org provides researchers with a unique identifier that can be associated with the research output. By creating an ORCID profile, researchers can ensure that their work is correctly attributed and linked to their identity across different platforms and publications. So we can also encourage our researchers, our faculty members, to create their profile in the ORCID ID. They can, put their CV and the details which are required to be fulfilled in that. Then apart from that, preprint servers, we allow researchers to share their research findings before formal peer review and publication. So within a library, we can create these spaces in an e-form, connected with the user through the online. So platforms such as RxIF for physics and computer science. So we can provide them preprint servers, then research blogging platforms about research findings, insights, and methodologies can help researchers. You can also ask students, readers, to create blogs. Like we have given, encourage readers to write blogs. So they can be a blogger. Indirectly, they can be a blogger. So they can start initially on what they feel about that particular area. Then social media. Utilizing social media platform like Twitter, LinkedIn, or Facebook can be an effective way to share research work engage them with academic community, and reach a wider audience. So researchers can use these platforms to post update about their work, about maybe if they have written a book, maybe they have edited a book, maybe they have written a chapter. So they can share their publication and participate in discussion. So when they participate in discussion, they will indirectly giving, importance to the institution where they are working, and of course to the library. And then they can connect with their colleagues. Then we can also guide them about the open access journals in open access, ensure that research work is freely accessible to anyone, increasing its visibility and potential impact. Then academic networking sites, we can guide them to websites like LinkedIn and Researcher ID, publons.com, provide platform for researchers to showcase their expertise, connect with colleagues, and share their research output. So they can build a professional network of their related to their research. Then also we can have the science communication platforms such as the conversation, blogs, provide opportunities for researchers to write and publish articles that communicate their research findings to a broader audience. When the audience would be on a higher side, it means that the research visibility of our researchers in India would be on the higher side. So India का अपने आप ही number और ऊंचा और अच्छा आएगा. So we are actually not in the library can we can just say कि we are in the library and we cannot do, but we can do a lot beyond imagination. Then science communication platform, again, we can provide it such as the conversation, science direct blogs. Then we can also have the conference and event websites. When presenting research at conference or events, researchers can leverage the visibility provided by conference websites and proceedings. Whenever you go, just say that you have been there and what have you learned through that particular conference, particular FDP, particular workshop, and then share the information with your colleagues. And it's important to note that researchers should carefully consider like the credibility policies and ethical considerations associated with each platform before sharing their work. This we need to tell, because when we talk about the research ethics, we also need to tell them how to share ethically. And additionally, researchers should adhere to copyright and intellectual property rights when sharing their research outputs online. Because when we share online, it means that it can go to anyone. So we need to take care of that as well. And it is important to note that library offerings may vary depending on the institution and its resources. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि आप सब कुछ करेंगे, but आप कुछ कुछ तो कर ही सकते हैं. So it all depends on the in your bosses, your institution's authorities, your space available. But of course, you can use your creativity and use your resources, that whatever you have, you can do maximum out of whatever has been given to you, what has been provided to you. So share your knowledge, be creative. So this is what we keep on organizing throughout the year, research visibility for academic success. So we can share the information to everyone so that they can also create these kinds of activities in their institutions. And then for library scholars and faculty, these are the programs that we organize. Same way, other libraries can also organize. This is what we have done. We have created a TOCO, take one, keep one. So bringing readers to the library, though it's a very limited space, you can see, but still we have created a corner to bring our readers close to us. So everybody is associated with us through the this platform of TOCO, that is take one, keep one, where readers provide one book of their choice without any liability, without any formality, and then still they are connected. And we can say it's a very social thing that we have not been able to offer that. The online is important, but it's only supporting a fraction of physical interaction. So online bhi hame judna hai and offline bhi judna hai. So we see that digital stuff clearly has value, but people want to get together and be communal. So being with the digital, we need to connected with them physically, and being with the physically, we need to connect with them digitally. So both the things we need to keep a balance of. And it is reflect our role as a researcher, and then how libraries support research, what is research visibility that we need to create and connect with our readers. And these are the ways to improve research visibility. Again, we have the academia, we have Mendeley, we can share article, we can share the work experience, we can have the Q&A column, we can have the interactive session with our researchers, with our faculty members to make them good researchers. We can have interaction with our UG/PG students to make them good researchers. So happy reading and writing. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful presentation. I'm sure we will greatly benefit from your opinion. Now I invite all the participants to ask the question from the expert. Please write your question in the chat box, or you may ask directly from the expert.
Any question if somebody has, then we can answer. If not, because it was a simple, though complex again, and though simple.
No question? किसी का कोई question नहीं है? One question. No, it's compliment. Then it was a wonderful presentation. Thank you. Compliment.
Okay, so you liked
Anyone?
it. This is what I wanted.
Please ask the question. Don't hesitate to ask the question from the expert. Let us take full advantage of the FDP.
Hello, ma'am. Very good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Ma'am, your
Ma'am,
presentation
kindly
was
open your
really...
camera, please. Ma'am, kindly open your camera, please.
Okay, sir. Hello. Sir, there is one question from my side. Actually, it's not a question, it's just a query, you can say. That we are agree that the presentation was fantastic. I can say it's awesome. Everything is possible, but authorities' positive attitude towards the library is also equally important. If that is not there, then how to go for all this, what you have discussed in this presentation?
This is how you get to create. You have to create. Because life में आपको हर तरह के लोग मिलेंगे.
Exactly.
And you need to know how to cope up with them.
Exactly. Actually, in a service of 14 years, I have worked with 3 principals, and all 3 have a different attitude towards library.
I know.
And it's very tough to convince them that what we are doing, it's not for us only, because we need points for promotion as well, right? But what we are doing, it's not for us only. We are doing for our readers, for the faculty, for the upliftment of the society, upliftment of the institution rather. But sometimes it's like very tough. How to cope up?
Just pray for their happiness.
Okay.
Right? This is what you can do.
Thank you.
सुखदीप जी, एक पॉइंट ये भी है कि आप किसी पे जो एक ट्रस्ट इशू होता है अथॉरिटी का आपके ऊपर, वो सडनली नहीं क्रिएट होता है. आपकी जो स्मॉल एक्टिविटीज होती है धीरे धीरे करके, तो पहले वो ट्रस्ट अगर जो है उनका हो जाता है, तो देन authority allowed to do any activity.
That is there because I'm handling around 10 committees and cells, and I'm a chief warden as well. I'm looking after the hostel as well, and they are trusting on me like anything. Where there is my name, they are okay. She can handle. There, that is there. But when it comes to library, I don't know where that trust goes.
You're from which institution?
Let's not discuss that, please.
Okay, okay, fine.
आई थिंक जब आप ये बात कर रहे हैं कि आप इतनी कमिटीज में हैं और इतनी सारी एडिशनल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है लाइब्रेरियन के अलावा, तो मुझे लगता है कि थोड़ा सा जो हम कहते हैं ना कि किसी को ब्लैकमेल टाइप का तो कर ही सकते हैं कि सर मैं इतनी सारी ड्यूटीज परफॉर्म कर रही हूँ।
मैम यही तो होता नहीं है, यही तो होता नहीं है एक्चुअली. व्हेन दे, I'm not saying that they are wrong. They are actually, we are looking for after our own department. They are looking after the whole institution. We understand that. I never argue with anyone that why this, why not this, ye wo. It's, that's okay. But the thing is, sometimes I really feel that why you guys are neglecting the one part that is very very important. That part is
ये
neglected.
ये आपके यहाँ की प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, ये इंडिया में हर जगह की प्रॉब्लम है. बट
That's
यही
why
यही
I'm
ये
not naming the name
हाँ,
of
तो
my
ये जो
institution.
फैकल्टी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम है, ये इसी प्लेटफॉर्म ये इसीलिए है कि हमें जो है उन चैलेंजेस को कैसे हैंडल करना है और हमें अपनी एग्जिस्टेंस बनानी है. हम
Exactly,
भागेंगे
sir.
नहीं, हमें एग्जिस्टेंस बनानी है, बट स्लोली. हो सकता है कि हम सडनली ना कर पाए, बट स्लोली.
Exactly,
I
ma'am.
also want to add here.
That's why I asked that please let me know how to cope up with such situation.
मैम से आप पूछ सकते हो. मैम
हाँ.
The ma'am ने answer दे दिया that I have to pray only.
You
Thank
can
you,
have
ma'am.
these
Really
strategies.
nice
You can,
presentation. I
you
got
know,
one
try
idea from your.
the areas, the activities that I have shared. So one by one, you can start with them, having the confidence, taking them into confidence, and giving, you know, due acknowledgement to the authorities that because of you, I have been able to do it. You know, you have to say that because of you are not doing anything, but because of you, ma'am or sir, whoever is the authority, say that because of your blessings, I am able to do this. So I'm
Exactly.
planning for another activity like this. So
Ma'am,
just take them, you know, in the confidence, and, you know, give them total devotion of yours or whatever you're doing to them. Just give all the credit to them.
okay, I'll try this one as well. Ma'am, there is one point I got from your this PPT, this presentation, that you talk about research corner, right? But there is some issues that if suppose I have submitted my research article in some journals, there is some clause ना that मैं अपना article तब तक इसको share नहीं कर सकती जब तक मैं उस clause में हूँ, वो साल 2 साल 3 साल जितना भी है. So I was thinking one thing, if it is possible, just suggest me that I have a blog. Okay, I was planning to create a research corner there where I can give that this particular author in this particular journal in volume number so and publish this. If there is a e-link, if it is a open access, or if it is a journal, so I can provide that information if someone is interested. That will be become a you can say repository kind of thing. अगर NAC के लिए files reports compile करनी है और मेरा एक पॉइंट भी हो जाएगा और नेक के लिए फाइल कंपाइलेशन भी एक जगह पे हो जाएगी. इज दैट पॉसिबल फॉर मी? मतलब फॉर एनी इंस्टीट्यूशन अगर रिसर्च कॉर्नर को मैं इस तरह से डिफाइन कर लूं. मैम
I think some issue is there with this. Hello.
मैम सुखविंदर has asked
हाँ.
me a question.
हाँ, अब आवाज आ रही है.
सुखविंदर, repeat your question.
मैम आई आस्क दैट अभी आपने रिसर्च कॉर्नर की बात की अभी अपनी प्रेजेंटेशन में, तो आई वाज थिंकिंग कि रिसर्च कॉर्नर जैसे
हाँ हाँ, राइट.
okay, so research corner में ma'am, I'm not making it a physical corner, but I'm planning to have that tab in my blog where I can give that tab a name, that research corner, where I'm not putting the research article there, but the bibliographical information of that article in that corner, Will that work, or I have to name something else, because I got this idea
You know,
from
voice
your
एक बार break हो रही
presentation
है. I
only.
think what I could understand, मुझे जो समझ में आ रहा है, आपकी voice break हो रही है मेरी तरफ. तो जो मुझे समझ में आ रहा है, you wanted to see the authenticity, whether the blog has written and you want to give a link of that. Is it so?
No, 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 no. मैम, जैसे सपोज मैंने एक रिसर्च आर्टिकल लिखा, मैंने किसी जर्नल को वो दे दिया, वो पब्लिश हो गया,
नहीं
लेकिन
आवाज आ रही मुझे ना आपकी.
Sudeep, you may write by email.
okay, 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 okay. Let me write.
I think she had disconnected.
You can text. You can text. You can text, then I'll answer. You can text briefly and then I'll answer.
Okay, ma'am. Just 1 minute. Ma'am, I have posted my question in the chat box.
Yeah, you can create, and you need to, but you first need to ask your faculty members, researchers, whether they agree to it or not, because you have to take a consent from them.
Ma'am,
Like
I
we
will,
have created, we have taken the consent from them. Without consent, you cannot.
yes.
You should
Ma'am,
not.
I will create this corner through principal ma'am's message. She will promote this, that the library is planning to do this. All have to provide that information, because I'm not uploading any their research findings or anything. I'm just uploading their bibliographical detail. That detail will be helpful for anyone who want to look for that research article, as well as to compile reports for NAC or for annual reports or for anything. The data will be at one place.
You can create, but without consent, you cannot, and you should
Agree.
not.
Agree.
Yeah.
Thank
Everything
you,
has to
ma'am.
be taken into consent before doing anything.
Yes,
Right?
yes, yes. Thank
Okay.
you, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay,
Shall I
ma'am.
Thank you,
leave?
Sudeep.
Thank you, ma'am.
For your question. And now it is time to conclude the session. In today's talk, Dr. Babita Gaur, ma'am.
Ma'am, one question is there.
uh,
Someone is asked. So Bhagyavati Gupta is also asking something.
The voice may name problem.
where is the question? In chat box?
Yes, ma'am, in chat box. Ma'am, how we can use social media for research support?
Yeah. Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am. Actually, someone asking how we can use social media for research support.
Babita ma'am, I think
Voice.
ma'am is unable to see our voice.
Ma'am, someone asked, I am audible. I am audible, ma'am.
Rafiq ji, you are audible, but I think Babita ma'am is not audible. Ma'am,
हाँ मुझे वॉइस नहीं आ रही आपकी. Are you able to hear me?
yes, ma'am.
Yes,
अच्छा.
ma'am.
जोर से बोलो तो maybe I think some problem is there. I
Uh,
don't know. So if
uh,
any question they can write in the chat box. Otherwise, any
Rafiq ji,
question? Is there any question or query?
Rafiq ji,
Yes, ma'am.
I think ma'am is unable to. Because She has disconnected.
Ma'am, can you listen to me? Babita ma'am. Actually, ma'am, there is a chat box. There is a one question. How we can use social media for research support? Babita ma'am, in chat.
Dr. Maya, if there is no question, shall I leave?
Rafiq ji, where
Yes,
is
ma'am.
question in chat box?
In chat box, ma'am.
Please copy and paste.
I have copy and paste. I am sending the Babita ma'am. No?
Okay, Thursday library space and service.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am,
Babita ma'am.
rightly said. It was a wonderful presentation. Thank you. Very information session. Thank you, ma'am. How can we use social media? That I have answered. Please see my question. This I have answered. So may I create a research corner in the blog? That I have already answered. And how can we use social media for research support? Okay, you can use social media. It's a very good platform for your research support, because whenever faculty members or you are doing research, you can share the information among the colleagues, so they'll come to know what you have done. So in that way, your research visibility would be increased. You can create your profile on LinkedIn or with one or ResearchGate, and with the same community, with the same kind of mind thinking on the area of research, people will connect you, other researchers will connect you. So in that way, you can enhance your research visibility on whatever your paper, on whichever area your papers has been published. From participant, ma'am, how can we use social media for research support? Same thing, when you are writing something and you're getting it published, you can share the same information, maybe in the way of your article, maybe in the form of your book, maybe in the form of whatever you have done towards the research, that would be visible to other researchers. And like I talked about the Vidwan. So when you create your researcher ID in Vidwan, other Vidwans, other eminent personalities in the field will connect with you. They'll find out, whether you have written this paper, this kind of present on research topic. So they will contact you. So in that way, research would also support you. Same way, your H index, when they cite your article, your H index would be high on the higher side. So more will cite you. So suppose if 10 people, 10 are citing your article, so next time more people will cite you. In that way, the research will indirectly support. So this way, through the social media, you can also get the support. Uh, then I don't think that there's more questions. This was the last question by SG. I hope I am able to answer all the questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. All right. Thank you. This is what we say, that if the technology somehow doesn't support, but still we are
Yes,
getting connected to each other. So
yes.
thank you. Through your smile and through your message, I could see that all the questions have been answered.
Yes, ma'am. I think some technical issue from the expert side. Now I conclude the session. In today's talk, Dr. Babita Gaur ma'am talked that how library spaces is important in terms of arrangement
Not
of
able to hear
collections
anything.
and services. In her talk, Dr. Babita ma'am focused on quality of the collection and services, especially welcoming to the users at the right time and the right space to satisfy their needs. And I think, ma'am, I think we have learned a lot from you, how we can provide a quality environment to the users. And now we move to the vote of thanks on behalf of the Gautam University and Bharat Digital Academy. I would like to express my special thanks to our speaker, Dr. Babita Gaur, who taught us how, being a professional, we should use our skill to fulfill the gap of the knowledge of the users. Ma'am, I am very thankful to you for accepting our invitation, and I acknowledge my sincere thanks to participants for their presence and actively participation in interactive session. I am also thankful to our co-coordinator, Mr. Mohammad Rafiq ji from Bharat Digital Academy, for his hard work to make us successful to each session. And thank you, Dr. Babita ma'am, and all the audience. And today's session now ends with this vote of thanks. See you tomorrow at the same time. Till then, namaskar.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
रफीक साहब कुछ और any
No, sir, no.
information?
It was very wonderful session. Thank you very much.
Ma'am, may I ask one thing? The
हाँ
PPT
श्रुति
which
जी
we have to, the PPT which we have to submit on present on 18, that will be on any topic related to the library.
yes
Yes, yes,
any
yes.
topic
Okay, okay,
you feel
thank you,
comfortable.
thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you ma'am.
I could see through your gestures, sir. Say thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Maya. Thank you so
Yes.
much. See you.
Thank you, ma'am.